Okay, so today's video is about apples, apple trees, all them apples. So we did end up finally getting all the apple trees planted. And from what I see, I do believe we did a pretty good job of it. Any apple tree experts out there, give me a shout out. Let me know what you think, what I can improve on. And so I have just a question before I get into apple trees. Apple cedar rust is caused by cedar trees or juniper trees. And I couldn't tell you what tree is from what unless it had a sticker on it. But my question is, my husband planted these little bitty trees right here. Now, I have no idea what kind of trees they were. We just got them from Walmart. And trying to find research on trees and what kind of trees. I couldn't tell you what these are. But what my concern is are these the type of trees that are going to end up making the cedar rust things that are going to affect my apple trees? Let me see. Anybody who knows about trees, please let me know. Are those juniper trees? Or these ones that can cause apple rust, cedar rust, whatever? If they are, I need to yank them and transplant them somewhere else or give them to somebody else to take them away. Looking out at my yard while I'm being careful of watching where I step, because sometimes there are snakes and turtles and stuff out here. But I don't see any kind of juniper Christmas looking pine tree things out here. So I don't know if they'll make my trees sick or not. But the thing is that I will be spraying my trees. A lot of people say that you shouldn't, but a lot of the stuff that they have for trees now is organic and that. Plus my trees, I don't know if they're getting this because of the Johnny tree that I brought in that has this, or if they're getting this because there's some kind of tree around that is affecting them. And I know that you can get affected, they say, from a mile to 2 miles and whatnot, but I really don't see anything close. But all in all, I am going to be removing leaves from these because that is definitely apple cedar rust. I am going to try to spray these to help make sure the fungus doesn't continue to evolve to where it will spore and spread, because right now the spores aren't on the underside. I don't see the black spots. But talking about my apple trees, so how do I have them lined up? Okay, so I have 4 apple trees that'll bloom together. They're the late bloom and like blooming season 3. And then I have 4 more apple trees that'll bloom in like season 4. I don't know if there's actually 3 seasons for blooming or 4 seasons of blooming. That's just some of the stuff that I found on the internet. So for my season 3 bloomers, I guess, I'm gonna come down here. It's gonna be my last row of 3 trees and this one right here. This one right here I had to put in the middle because it's the Mutsu tree, the sterile tree. I have to that side a Fuji. Here in the middle a Granny Smith. And to this side is the Jonathan tree. So, Jonathan, Granny Smith, Fuji, and Mutsu tree. All right, these 4 trees are going to hopefully be close enough but far away enough to help each other out. to bloom. Hopefully this tree here can get the benefit of all trees, and if some of these other trees on the side of it bloom, it would help. So let me go back up here. Make sure there's nothing that I'm gonna step on that's gonna bite me. I'm just gonna walk around. But I also do have my rose plants. I planted. A lot of them look dead or dormant, so I don't know if I'm gonna ever get rose plants. But so I'm gonna come back up here and again do a pin, and I'm gonna show you the apple trees that we have. There's 3 rows of them. Now this first row here that's closest to me, the middle one is just a shade tree. This far close one is a yellow delicious, and then goes to a red delicious, and then goes to a Fuji. This middle row is just a shade tree. It goes to a Mutsu tree, and then a Granny Smith tree. This farther side one is a Gala apple, then a Honeycrisp, and then a Jonathan. So I think I kind of planned this out pretty good, because these 2 trees and these 2 trees, they should help interpollinate each other. There are 4 completely different apple trees here. So I'm hoping that I can keep them healthy and get them growing. On the sides of them, we do also have a shade tree, weeping willow. Again, those things that I don't know what they are, another shade tree. But what we did was when we planted them, we made sure to make like the circle, so that way when it's raining, it can concentrate the water, or when we water it, it can concentrate the water not just to the tree area, but the roots that are spreading out. And what I've got to do now is I've got to find out the spray routine for these trees, when to spray them, try to clip them, keeping them healthy. Most of these trees are, from the looks of it, a center support tree and not the open tree. Just looking around, center support. Granny Smith looks like it might be an open. This Mutsu looks like it might be an open because the center one was cut. But what I need to do is I've got to find some drain pipe, the black like 4-inch drain pipe that you use, you know, for your house gutters and that. And I'm going to protect the tree, because out here we do have beaver and rabbit and deer and everything. So I'm going to try to get these protected so that way they don't get eaten on and chewed up. And later on, I don't know, hopefully at the end of this year, me and my husband were talking about enclosing this part of our land with like a solid fence, like a wood fence. So that way it keeps out more critters than just leaving it open. But that's a project that's going to happen later. I just wanted to do a apple tree update. I really want to get an ambrosia tree or 2. I think an ambrosia tree would do really good, like over in here. It would be close to the Honeycrisp and the Gala apple. And I mean, I think ambrosia apples are like one of the best apples, but it depends on what you like and what flavor you like. I'd also like to put one over here in this area, so that way it'll be close to the red delicious and yellow delicious apple. And again, the apple trees are about 10 to 15 feet separate. They're more separated by width than I guess length. Some of the apple trees are actually real apple trees. They're not grafted to rootstock. I'm not sure which are which, but that was an interesting fact that I learned while I was doing my research, is that most apple trees are grafted to woodstock. And apple trees that are actually just grown from seeds are a little bit different than, you know, what's grafted to woodstock. So I'm in southern Illinois, and you know, our tree system here might be a little bit different than where you are, from our blooming times to our fertilizing times to our you know, our seasonal times are probably different. But anybody in Illinois who's familiar with these trees, give me a shout out. Let me know your seasonal routine on them. You know, what fertilizer you use, when you spray them for pesticides and stuff, what kinds of diseases and bugs do you see more here. I mean, I've seen people who also say that they net their trees so that way it keeps all the bugs and stuff off, but they can still get sun and air. I've also seen people who say that they will bag the apples. Let me know. Let me know all of the information that you have on how you care for your apple trees and what you do. You know, if you're organic, or if you're, you know, don't leave any kind of rude or nasty comments. I prefer constructive and healthy comments. You know, what you do probably won't be what I do, but I will take everything into consideration. So again, asking about those trees, are they going to be a danger to my apple trees? And if they are, I'm not going to dig them up and throw them away. I have people and family members who live a little bit farther away that we can transplant those to. So, yep, apple tree update. Trees are now in the ground, and geez, it's just a lot. What did I get myself into? I mean, I thought just planting a tree and let it grow and we'll get apples, but no, there's a whole lot of stuff that you've got to do to take care of apple trees. But it's an adventure, and I hope to succeed, and hopefully I keep this YouTube channel going, and next year and the year after that, hopefully I'll be able to do videos and updates, but I sure will be doing more videos and updates as the season goes on. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.